All right, you guys. I have information today and more news from about the coronavirus. And let's see. Okay, I had to take that off because I'm hearing doubles. All right, today there are over 85,000 people in the U.S. that are now infected with the coronavirus. And as United States plead for supplies, the White House had canceled a plan to produce thousands of ventilators, while President Trump he um, he shifts his tone on China and praising it for its handling of the what he recently called the Chinese virus. Um, and scientists warned that the United States someday would become the country's hardest hit by the coronavirus pandemic, and that moment had arrived yesterday, you guys. More than 1,200 deaths and more cases than China and Italy or any other country has seen, according to the data gathered by the New York Times. Um, with 350 million residents, the U.S. is the world's third most populous nation, meaning it provides a vast pool of people who can potentially get COVID 19. And President Trump has sent mixed messages about the scale or the danger and how to fight it, ensuring there was no coherent, unified response to it, to a grave public health, the health problem that was going on, and a series or missteps and lost opportunities dogged the nation's response. Among them were a failure to take the pandemic seriously, even as it engulfed China. And got to do it page by page. Okay, and as deeply flawed effort to provide a broad testing for the virus that left the country blind to the extent of the crisis, a dire shortage of masks and protective gear to protect doctors and nurses on the front line, as well as the ventilators to keep the critically ill alive. And as the U.S. became the global epicenter of this pandemic, state and local leaders urged President Trump to take more aggressive steps to mobilize this production of critically needed supplies. Instead, the White House suddenly called off the venture to produce as many as 80,000 ventilators out of concern that the estimated $1 billion price tag would be um, prohibitive. And in a White House briefing, Deborah L. Birx, that is the administration's coronavirus response coordinator, she insisted that talks of ventilator and hospital beds shortages were overwrought, but she warned of new hotspots developing in Chicago and Detroit. In New York, which was of yet is the hardest hit area in the U.S., and the doctors are scrambling as the number of hospitalized patients jumped by 40% there in a day to over 5,327 patients, of whom 1,290 were in intensive care. And that is according to Governor Andrew Cuomo. Several medical schools in Massachusetts and New York said this week that they intended to. Sorry, my house phone is ringing. Every phone I have is ringing. Sorry about that, you guys. But they had said that they intended to offer early graduation to their fourth year students, making them available to give care for patients 8 weeks earlier than expected. To further support New York and Navy hospital ships, the USNS Comfort is expected to arrive in Manhattan on Monday. That is 3 weeks earlier than what they had predicted previously, though the ship will take patients from area hospitals who do not have symptoms of the virus. After weeks of rising tension and calling out China by calling it the corona virus, the China virus. Okay. I had to make sure it was up because I heard somebody talking. President Trump was calling it the China virus, and yet he called to China's leader, which is Xi Jinping, and offered words of sympathy to him and praise for the Chinese government handling their coronavirus pandemic there. And China has been through much and has developed a strong understanding of the virus. We are working closely together. Much respect. And this is what Trump called him and said. A day before that call, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo had told reporters in Washington that the Chinese Communist Party poses a threat to our health and way of life, as the Wuhan virus outbreak clearly has demonstrated. So it's been a lot of back and forth between them two, and President Trump is hailing this guy as a savior of whatever, and like he's doing so much, but he was just calling this guy and that nation over there, the whole race of people, saying that it's their fault in regards to this coronavirus. Now, it has been rumored that Trump intends on Americans going back to work by Easter, while the president of the U.S. is often referred to as the most powerful leader in the earth. There are limits to those powers, and one of them is that he cannot order Americans to leave their homes and go back to work. It is a declaration in the midst of a health crisis that would have to come from your local authorities and the governors and higher ups in the state to say that you could go back to work. Yeah, he can't tell you to leave your home and go back to work. And in the state capitals, or even from a city or county governments, this long-standing legal principle predates the Constitution, experts says. And so Trump can suggest what counties may go back to work, as he did in the announcements as to Thursday of when people cannot work. But he does not have the authority to overturn state and local decrees. The House of Representatives is expected to approve the massive release bill today to respond to the economic fallout of the coronavirus pandemic. The vote is expected at the end of the week that saw a record number of Americans file unemployment claims, as the U.S. topped China as the country with the most confirmed COVID-19 cases. The bill is expected to pass within bipartisan support. From what I know right now, that bill has passed. It is a law. He is going to send that money out, and I'm not sure. I haven't seen the updates on it, but from my understanding, the little jargon they were saying, I think they may only give you the $1,200, which will be $600 this month and $600 next month, and $250 per child for this month and $250 next month per child. Now, they may have changed it and went back to the original plan of the $1,200 for this month and $1,200 next month, but that was one of the things that they were going around and round with. New York City's mayor says that Tesla, Elon Musk, is donating hundreds of ventilators to New York City and state, including our public hospitals there. Yeah, who determines World Health Organization, they determines when you go back to work, because if this coronavirus is still out here as rampant as it is now, no one's going to be going back to work. Okay, they are still voting. Okay. Um they are making the ventilators for New York City and state, including the public hospitals there. And um, he is saying that we are deeply grateful. We need every ventilator we can get over our heads on these next few weeks to save lives. The agreement comes over a week after Mayor Blasio he had asked Musk um, for help on Twitter. He tweeted him, and the tech pioneer tweeted a response: "We will make ventilators if there is a shortage." And prompting the mayor to reply, "New York City is buying. Our country is facing a drastic shortage, and we need ventilators ASAP. We need thousands in this city over the next few weeks." His Honor stressed of great importance. "We're getting them as fast as we can, but we could use your help. We're reaching out to you directly," the mayor said. And the billionaire the Tesla guy, Musk, he replied, "Sounds good. We will connect with your team to understand potential needs." Tesla halted production on he makes the electric cars, you guys. So he has everything that they would need to make these ventilators. He halted his company on making these electric cars to make and they have the main plant in the U.S., so they don't have to ship from anywhere. They're right here in the U.S. So he's stopped the production on those, and he's working on them this week. And he sent out a memo to the employees there as well that in their office staff, there was 2 people that had tested positive for the coronavirus. So in the midst of them making these ventilators, some of their people have come positive, and so they're donating some, and as well as they're letting them buy some. The coronavirus new hotspots are emerging in the Chicago, Detroit, and New Orleans areas, and health officials have been pleading for medical resources to meet the surges that are happening. Michigan's roughly 3,000 cases are nearly a tenfold increase from March 19th, and officials there say the federal government needs to prioritize the states. Some people in states are being turned away from the hospitals because the hospitals, they have not enough staff, they have no room, they have no beds, they have no more ventilators, so they're stopping people from coming into those hospitals. And rather than having governors compete for supplies, the doctors and nurses in Detroit are using one mask for an entire shift. And it's been told that they are putting their mask after they finish with their shift. They're putting their mask in paper bags and taking them home with them and reusing them again. Or they'll take them off, and if they're seeing a patient that doesn't have the coronavirus, they're going to them people and taking care of them, and then putting their mask back on and taking care of the coronavirus people. And they said that the hotspots like Detroit, like Chicago, like New Orleans will have a worse week next week than what they had this week. And a prominent Detroit area hospital has acknowledged a letter that is circulating online detailing how life and death decisions may have to be made in a public health emergency. The letter is part of a large policy document developed from an absolute worst case scenario. It is not an act of policy, but the letter addressed the patients and their families in an event it is sent, says patients with the best chance of improving would be the first priority. Now, what that letter is, they're entailed in saying that letter is that if you have a family member that's in there that's sick and they don't see you getting better, they're going to take you off that ventilator and let you die. But if you're young, you're healthy, and they see some signs of improvement, they'll keep you on. That's cruel, but they said they have no space, they have no room, they don't have enough supplies, so they're trying to do the best that they can. It also says that patients with a ventilator or ICU care may have these treatments stopped if they do not improve over time and nothing is changing with them. In Chicago's Rush University Medical Center, it is converting a large part of its lobby into a potential ward with beds to help handle an expected surge. Chicago could be expecting upwards of 40,000 hospitalizations in the coming weeks. And the police are starting to fine people there up to $500 for breaking the shelter in place rules. So if they catch you outside past a certain time or in places that you should not be, you could get a fine up to $500. I'm sorry. New Orleans is facing critical shortages of ventilators and protective equipment, and this is going to be the disaster that defines our generation. The USNS Navy ship Mercy is a 1,000 bed Navy hospital ship that will arrive. It should be pulling in today sometime, if not this Friday, by next Friday at the port of Los Angeles. So you guys, if you're there, all my Los Angeles people, it should be there today. It will take non-coronavirus cases from area hospitals. So if you feel sick, don't go to the hospital, go to that ship. We are in for a bumpy ride for the next 12 to 18 months. And this is said by Dr. Ashish Jha. He is the director of the Harvard Global Health Institute. And he says if we are aggressive now about stopping things, shutting down, building up a test regimen, we can then open up again and most places can go back to work. So if none of this is done, you guys, he don't think we'll be opening. But only when we are ready. We are nowhere near ready now, he said. When President Trump said he hopes to have Americans back at work by Easter, he was making an aspirational project, said Dr. Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Across the country, there's 22 states have issued a stay-at-home order, and with some not going into effect until tonight. My state is one of those that will be going into effect as stay-at-home, shelter-at-home. The UK makes its world's largest donation to find the cure for the coronavirus, and it was announced that there is a $253 million donation to speed up the coronavirus vaccine. So that means that they do have something, and they're not going to make it until they get this money. So if this is something that's going to save millions and millions of people, why not start making it now? Because it could be your country, it could be your child, or somebody in your family that caught this virus, but they're not going to make it until they get money. It's all about the money game. That's what it is. And it's a donation to speed up the coronavirus vaccine. And the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, has called on other world leaders to do the same. The cost of the vaccine funding is short of $8 billion. And developing it alone would cost $2 billion. So that was just to develop it. But to make it for it to go worldwide for a vaccine will be $8 billion. In news, part of it There was a fire inside of a New York subway car that appears to be intentionally set that killed a 36-year-old train operator. This happened this morning, and it injured more than 16 others at a fire in the subway inside the car. A senior New York Police Department official told CNN this today. The police have a person in custody who is being interviewed by detectives. The conductor of the rail train was found dead on the tracks after trying to evacuate the riders on his train. The operator's name is Garrett Goebel of Brooklyn, New York. And my condolences goes out to that family. Now, I have more news. This is for people news, but I'm gonna give you the totals and stuff first, you guys, so you'll see what the totals are looking like right now. This is our world totals for the U.S. and you see right now we are at 85,381 cases with 1,271 deaths. China is now at 81,340 cases with 3,292 deaths. Okay, for our U.S. totals, these are our totals. New York has U.S. has 38,987 cases with 432 deaths. I will flip through this, you guys, so you can see your states to see what your totals are in your states. You guys is the for the states that have been told to stay at home as to date. sharp, y'all. Check him out with his shades of pink. He doing it with that pink, y'all. He got on his pink Timbs, his hot pink, and his white pink pants, pink shirt, pink jacket. He's styling. You can't tell him nothing. He's sharp. Tell us we ain't ready. Ready for Easter, y'all. This is just for last for y'all. Gotta put something in here to break the monotony of the coronavirus, y'all. Alright. Now, I got some, what is his name? What's the man's name? I don't even want to say his name, y'all. I don't want to say his name. Because he been in so much trouble. But I'm going to tell you this part first. The same prime minister, the British prime minister that gave the $253 million, Boris Johnson, he was tested positive for coronavirus. That's why he's trying to give up all that money so he can get a cure so he don't die. I don't wish death on nobody, but this is where he's at with it. So if he has the money to give up money like that, more power to him. Save the people. Also, there is a 101-year-old Italian man that has survived the coronavirus, and he's Italian. Get that. He's Italian. 101. He was released from the hospital, and he was released and recovering last week. So he's still alive and kicking this week. He's okay. Yeah, he's scared. He don't want to go nowhere. I don't blame him. I'd be scared too. I ain't even got it, but I'm scared. I don't want to get it. If y'all seen how I dress when I leave out of here, oh, I ain't pretty, and I don't care. I ain't trying to be out here to win no beauty contest. I'm trying to live. Okay, now there is a actor named Mark Bloom. If you guys know him, he played on Law and Order. He also played on the show Desperately Seeking Susan. He has passed away from the coronavirus complications, and he was 69 years old. There is more people that is putting money up front to help find the cure for coronavirus. Now, these set of people here I ain't too particular about, but I'm going to let you know and let you know what I think their intentions are. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, Dr. Priscilla Chan, are stepping up to help the battle the coronavirus. They announced plans to partner up with their charitable group, the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They're contributing $25 million with Gates and others to begin exploring possible COVID treatments. Now, I'm not one in tune or care too much for that Bill Gates is, because Bill Gates is a racist. Bill Gates is also with the I don't know, the upper echelon of the Illuminati. Is not Illuminati, he's higher, and he's into certain practices that I don't agree with. And he also was part of a few people that went over onto that island along where they were saying Hillary Clinton was, and participated in the drinking of children's blood, as well as holding rituals there. And what they do is, now this is quote unquote hearsay, I don't know this as truth, but this is hearsay. So I'm going to say allegedly that they get these kids, some kids from the countries that had um the hurricanes and earthquakes, when all those disasters and floods and stuff were going on, those children that were left homeless in Puerto Rico and all those other third world countries, they were getting those kids and we're supposed to be bringing them to the US or wherever to find them homes. They were getting those kids and scaring the crap out of them to get the adrenochrome and torturing them and getting the blood was going into the adrenaline was going into their blood. They were draining the blood of these children and drinking the blood and putting the blood on themselves, said that it would make them younger and certain ritual things that they were doing. That's why I'm not one for Bill Gates. And also Bill Gates wants to put microchips in everybody. And I'm not for that. I don't want to be microchipped. I don't want to do any of that. Just leave me the hell alone. I wasn't born with a microchip. I'm not a computer. I don't want it. Um Now, R. Kelly news. The R. Kelly Chicago native R&B singer has cited the novel coronavirus in asking a federal judge yesterday to free him. He said free him from a federal jail in Chicago as he awaits trial on his child pornography and other charges. A court filing by his lawyers saying scant precautions to stem the spread of the coronavirus disease behind bars are putting Kelly's life at risk. Sanitizer and even soap are hard to come by in the Metropolitan Correctional Center. With most of this, its 700 inmates held in a small two-man cell that makes the kind of social distancing called for to thwart the transmission of the COVID-19 impossible. The filing in the U.S. District Court in Chicago says Kelly, age 53, faces several dozen charges in counts of state and federal sexual misconduct charges in Illinois, Minnesota, and New York, from sexual assault to heading a racketeering scheme aimed at supplying him with girls. The Grammy Award winning singer was denied ever abusing anyone. He said it's not true. He didn't do it. But remind you, just 2 weeks ago, they found another girl that was underage at the time, and they have information from her that she's going to step up and get on the stand and testify against him. Now, there is a girl, 16, with no pre-existing conditions. She became the country of France, youngest victim of COVID-19. She has passed. Now, I don't know if any of you are old enough, I'm sure some of you are, to know about who the Harlem Globetrotters are. I was a big fan growing up of Harlem Globetrotters, and this one as well in particular. He's a basketball player, legendary, known as Frederick Curly Neal. He is of the Harlem Globetrotters. I'm sorry. He passed away yesterday, you guys, at his home in Houston. He was widely known for his bald head, his flashy smile, and his crowd-dazzling moves. He used to get on his knees and dribble that ball and do all kind of stuff, flip it over your head, slide across the floor, and we'll take it and throw the ball like this, and we'll get it, a basket, make that basket every time. I remember as a kid growing up watching him playing those little trick shots and stuff, watching the whole team playing their games and stuff. And sad to say that he passed away. His jersey, number 22, was retired in 2008 as he became the fifth player to receive this honor. And the world is truly going to miss him. And, you know, even though he hasn't played basketball in a long time, but he could still dribble that ball. He could still sit here and twirl the balls like this and sit there. He put them on his feet, on his fingers, on his head, on his knees, and twirl the balls. He was good, you guys. And he's going to be really missed. I don't know who of you guys watch Hassan Campbell. He is another YouTuber out here that comes on with a lot of content on his channel. He was robbed today, you guys. Someone broke in his car. They smashed out his window. He said he had thousands of dollars worth of equipment in his backseat of his car. They smashed out the back windows. You will see, you can go to his page, you will see it. He has glass all over his, inside of the back of his car. He was in tears. I don't blame him. I think I would cry too. They just damaged his car, and it was somebody that knows him. Somebody deliberately did this because they took a key and went along his car, the whole length of the car, with the key and scratched his car, as well as tossed everything around and destroyed the inside of his car. So I feel bad for him because that guy, he's getting a bad rap with, you know, what he's doing. Also in the news, there is, if anybody knows of the Ghetto Boys, I know the Ghetto Boys. I'm back and that's my era. Also, they did work with some work with Tupac. Scarface did. The rapper Scarface has tested positive for corona, you guys, and he is doing bad. His everything started shutting down. His kidneys started shutting down. His lungs was bad. He's home. They don't know whether they can do for him. You know, he was on with Willie D. Willie D did an interview with him, but you can tell he sounded labored breathing. He didn't have a breathing machine, but he says he's getting better. But he sounds rough. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on a lot of people. And he said he don't know where he got it from because he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't do anything, so he doesn't know where he got it from. So, you guys, this is just crazy. Um, yeah, H-Town Ghetto Boys. Yep. Um, if anybody wants to call in, my number is 302-223-4109. I have my phone lines open for any questions that you may have. Yeah, I see you type fast, Lisa. You type fast. I don't think nobody type fast as Keita, but y'all running neck and neck. Oh my gosh, you got baked chicken, Lisa. My husband is fighting with me to make tacos for him tonight, so I guess I gotta make tacos, you guys. Um, all right, anybody want to call in? Anybody have anything they want to say, you want to talk about? I have my phone lines open. Adrena, I know you tried to call, but I was on my live, so I could not answer. So if you want to call in, I have my line open now. I'm going to start calling people. Let me see. All right. Audrina, I'm calling you. Audrina is not answering her phone. Okay, who else can we call? I'm gonna call somebody. Let's see. Um, I'm trying to find a number. I can't find a number. Where is it? Okay, here she is.
Call from Ardrina Spencer. To accept, press 1.
Hey, Audrina.
Hey, Aunty, how you doing?
All right.
My daughter had just brought a dog home, and her dog did it in her brand new car, and I was cleaning up the dog. And
let me call you back. I got another call. Somebody's trying to call in on the line. I'm gonna call you right back. Oh, never mind. They hung up. They hung up.
All right.
They hung up.
All right. I'm sorry. I was trying to hear, honey. I was trying to answer the phone, but I couldn't get to it.
Okay.
What's going on, Auntie?
I got you on live.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Lisa. Tita. Pretty Face. Juice Rock. Look, I'm not. I gotta get to my phone and see who all in there.
Okay.
On your chat. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just calling to say hello.
Well, guess what, Auntie B? They closed the hospital.
Okay.
Right near my house, because they got so many people. They're not even telling how many people. My girlfriend is the nurse at the hospital.
Okay.
How many people really got the virus here?
Wow.
So many people sad. People dying left and right. People just falling out in the bathroom, having heart attacks. And, another thing, the doctor said, which is the doctor my daughter works for, he said that coronavirus live off Advil, and which you already told, Motrin and cheese. Try not to eat so much cheese.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, cheese. So,
yeah, because cheese does have a live virus in it. Wow.
Her friend from the service ain't called us. Like she called like once a week. Whenever he needed a break, he can call his wife and call us on the three-way with his wife.
Okay.
Because we know his wife. So,
wow, you guys hear that? Don't eat cheese. Don't eat a lot of cheese.
Yeah, because the virus live off the cheese and that Motrin, ibuprofen, and Advil, which Mama B, Auntie B already told y'all.
Wow.
Those checks going out, they're gonna be in. They trying to get the cryptocurrency like Nifty is telling everybody about. That's why they took him, because he was too smart for them, and they didn't want him to tell people,
right?
Everything that was going on. So I don't know what all the tell with. Anybody want to know anything that I know? I really don't know much, but my daughter's friend is a doctor, and
wow,
her friend is in the service, tell us everything.
Okay.
Let's see. Get off me. Who messing with Lisa?
Huh?
Lisa said, get off me. Who messing with Lisa?
I don't know.
Hey, Peter Boo. Peter Boo, what you doing?
She in there somewhere. People leave out and come back in.
Oh, wait a minute. Cat Mac video tonight. Next friend talk. Oh my God. What the hell is going on, Lisa?
Yeah.
Lisa.
All right, well, let me call. Somebody was trying to call in. Let me call them back.
Okay, call them
all right,
back.
Bye. All right, you guys, let's see who this was calling.
Yes, hello?
Yep, this is Auntie B's house.
Yes, how you doing? Yeah, this is him. But I wanted to address that one of the reasons why that... Hello? Can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you. We can hear you fine.
Yeah, I think, I won't say I think, but being that a lot of folks are contracting the coronavirus and a lot of people are losing their jobs now, a lot of people now is about to contract the homeless virus.
They get ready to do
And
what?
the thing is, they're about to contract the homeless virus. I'm not saying it to be funny or mean, but this is how the movement moves, you know, and everybody should know this by now, that they have hatred. You know, they were put on this earth to seek and destroy. You know, and it's very unfortunate that it's going down like this, but you've seen all these homeless folks that are out here that needed help at the time.
Yeah.
Not the people who was really trying, or the people who was on drugs. We're talking about the ones who was really trying to get back on their feet.
Right.
A lot of people had failed. A lot of people looked the other way.
Right.
A lot of people was on these homeless people, calling the police on them,
Yeah.
getting a kick out, seeing them suffer.
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, you know, a lot of people, it's about to contract that virus now. But, I mean, it could be stopped, but don't wait till the last minute like you are doing right now. We should have, if it's your own land, we should have, what is that word? We should have, got our stuff together.
Yeah.
So we could, a lot of these homeless people, so they can be productive citizens here.
Yeah.
But instead, ourselves, we was doing a lot of devilish stuff. And I'm not saying some of these people out here, because I don't know these people's situations, but a lot of these people who were in positions to help these people
Did not step up.
they didn't.
Yep. I got you.
But you know, it's going to get worse because they're just taking a look at, or just showing us who we really are as people.
Right.
They're showing us we are demonic animals. You know, as it don't matter what race you are. You know, while we up there in the club partying, or we just go with each other out on social media, while we rant, majority of us is doing that. So instead of getting yourself in tune with nature and getting yourself right, it comes back down to not really helping out these homeless folks who really needed the help.
Exactly.
And I'm putting emphasis on that because I'm sorry about that.
I said exactly.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
People have not put emphasis on helping out the homelessness. And while I was watching the news, now one time I heard them say anything about trying to get the homelessness into a place where they could be separated. But instead, you dump them off amongst a lot of them, and now they're sick.
Yeah.
So my thing is that, you know, you got the tanks ready. You know, that's not intimidation. They are bragging about, okay, yeah, this is what we're going to do. They're bragging about it. Yeah, we got the resources and we don't. So whenever we're ready to let loose on y'all, we're going to do it like a savage. So at the end of the day, these folks are not playing around. And we have no resources. Well, most of us don't have the resources. And as I tell the people who are listening tonight, please do not go into retard mode and start attacking people who are less fortunate. You know, if you have an opportunity to help anybody that's out there that is in need, please do so.
Amen.
But do not attacking, because it doesn't solve anything. You're going to stoop down to their level. You know, the system already collapsed years ago. These people, they hide secrets from everybody.
Yes.
So they nothing different. They just got a title. They just like us. Well, I take that back. They're not like us, but their mind is warped.
But they're human just like we are.
I don't know about that. You know, you got ETs out here. There's other stuff that I've seen, but I can't really talk about that. But it's the world, everything is shifting now.
Are you from the military or somewhere? Are you with the military somewhere?
Oh no,
Okay.
no, no. I keep my ears up, but I was never with the military.
Okay.
But I read certain books years ago to the point where people these people not playing around. That is their job. Their job is to seek and to destroy. When they smile in your face, these people working 24 hours a day, 7 days.
Yeah.
We had all the way up into 2020 to help out these homeless people who were suffering, who really wanted to get back on their feet.
Yeah.
To help out the less fortunate who's going through hard times. Not only just helping out females and kids only, but you have men out here, especially Black American men, who's being crapped on.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they want separation. And with the social distancing, it's just another way of saying treat each other like how y'all treat homeless people. That's all what that is.
Right.
So my thing is that people have to have an understanding while they're at home. They need to meditate. They need to because it is a spiritual warfare. It has been for a very long time. This is just coming overnight. Like, oh yeah, no, this has been happening before I was born, before you was born. When you have people who got what they call gifts or their third eyes open, or they can see stuff happening from before it happens. That is an amazing thing to me. So people may say, "Oh, nah, that's a sin," or no, it's not.
Can you tone your phone down, just your volume down just a little bit? They said they're having a hard time hearing you. It's echoing.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the thing is that you work on your crown chakras as well, but you got to be grounded during this time. I got to practice what I preach as well, but you have to be grounded.
Yes.
You have to be grounded. This stuff was forewarning. And with these people who got the resources, they bragging about it, they being blunt about it. Like, yeah, we got the same shit, we got this right now, but we coming after you regardless, and it's going down.
Yeah.
It's going down. So the thing is that what are we as the people going to do to protect ourselves, because this 5G is coming out. People are not dying from cancer or from this disease. They dying from other stuff, from the 5G. They dying from fear. They say put your faith. It sounds hypocritical, right? People say, don't put your faith in man, right? Put your faith in God. But the thing is, what are we doing right now? Or what have we done? We're putting our faith in men, right?
Yeah.
So, but we all have to coexist. So that's why I said it's kind of hypocritical, or that statement is hypocritical.
Right.
And at the end of the day, too, as well, you have people are not putting faith in themselves.
Right.
So there's people out there who have faith in getting a car. They have faith that they was going to get a house. That they have faith that they was going to get the material things, but they don't have faith in getting themselves healthy, or don't have faith in trying to get healthy.
Okay.
That sounds crazy. So people got to put faith in themselves and erase the fear, and just move strategically. Because I know they're probably listening on the phone right now, which I don't really care. But at the end of the day, people are going to have to move strategically. You have a lot of demonic beings out here, a lot of demons out here. You have a lot of demonic people out here in these uniforms as well, who wrongfully killing people, and then they're getting away with it. And people are moving in fear. You got to get rid of fear, move strategically.
Yeah.
You have to put faith in yourself as well. I'm not saying put faith in the creator. You have to put faith in the creator as well, but you have to put faith in yourself as well.
Yeah.
Because if you can put faith in getting all these material, I'm sorry. Hello? Yeah, well, pretty much, if you can have faith in doing all this other stuff material, then you're going to have to do it spiritual as well.
Right.
You're going to have to put some work into it. You're going to have to get into it, nature. And I guess that, and not to move. This is not a good moment. And what I'm saying, this is real serious. And like I said, you're gonna see a lot of people dying, whether it's homeless people or people who are not homeless. And I think we have an opportunity to change that.
Yeah, we do.
We have an opportunity to change that.
Because they're telling you right now to stay in the house, stop going outside so much, because they know it's something that's out there. And a lot of the homeless people were being rounded up from different places. Now, where those homeless people went to, those people just disappeared. Now they have these FEMA trailers, FEMA camps, or whatever you want to call them, that they were supposedly taking these people to. But that, to me, sounds like a bad idea, because there was once told a couple of years ago that they were going to be taking people to these FEMA camps, and these people were going to be in them like concentration camps, and people are afraid that they're going to die in those.
And that's the thing, is that a lot of us knew what was going on. We rant about it, we thought this was going to happen, but we never came up with a solution. And now look what's going on. It's getting worse and worse and worse. If the people could have taken action back then, this wouldn't have been happening that aggressively. So they moving with the quickness. They move strategically. They plan stuff out ahead of time, and they mess with people's brain cells.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother story with that thing. But these phones, which you were talking about a while back, these phones are not really good. I have a niece right now. She has stage 4 cancer, and she made this life. The 5G that's here, and they're gonna turn it up a notch, and they're not gonna stop turning it up a notch.
Because that's too much. That's too much radiation. I think what's going out. Them rays. That's too much radiation into the air. Because that is a form of radiation.
Yeah. I think the coronavirus, I believe, is airborne disease, because they were saying something like that, and I don't want to put any false information, but it was allegedly that it came out around October, November, and whoever came down with the flu virus or got sick during that time probably already contracted it anyways. I just think that people are gonna have to stop moving strategically. I know that they wanted people to stay in the house. That's in certain states. I know in New York and California, you have to stay in the house, but other states you don't have to. You have an opportunity right now to help out each other right now. You have an opportunity to do it. People can start classes right now, even online. I have opportunities to do that, but people can start classes online. Well, I don't know that 5G thing, but people in their communities whoever can come outside, they can go out into nature, and do breathing exercises, do anything to keep themselves healthy, during this time.
Walk more, eat healthier, drink more water. Drink
water. And the thing is, it's real sad because a lot of that stuff is going out. So that's what I'm saying. It's like people who got like those water filters that cost like $100 that they can filter the water, or if they got a well. If they got a well in their community, they can share that water. With people. It's just showing people who we really are, and it's real sad that we mistreat each other. Like savage. That's one of the reasons why you have, unfortunately, in certain states, you have females getting beaten up, getting their stuff, they groceries taken, people getting their house broken into. It's crazy outside, and all of this could have been prevented if people would have bought land.
Right.
If they bought land and help out these homeless people, I believe this stuff wouldn't have been that aggressive.
Yeah, because it is a lot of homeless people everywhere, everywhere, especially in your inner bigger cities, and that's why it hit so hard in certain places is because it was hit on coast to coast because of the ports. You know what I'm saying? You get your airplanes when you first come into from big like other cross seas, you come into the ports, and what port do you come into first? You come into New York. And then from New York, you branch out to Chicago. From Chicago, you go to LA or to Houston. And from Houston, you go to LA. That's why these bigger cities are the ones being hit first. When they had these cruise ships came in, I don't think they should have let those cruise ships dock. When they knew that Wuhan was having that problem with the disease over there, I think they should have stopped all travel from there, period. All countries should have halted all travel, international travel. Then it wouldn't have had the chance to spread.
It was a book that I read. It's not Dean Koontz book, but I saw that. But it was something that I read about 18 years ago, and it was both Thunders or something like that, and it was something similar to the Bible. And they said 2020 the earth is gonna replenish itself. The world's gonna end. And I'm not saying your world or my world, but a lot of people's world is gonna come to an end.
Yeah.
And it has been coming to an end.
Yeah.
You know. And the thing is that the earth is doing a major detox because of the disrespect that a lot of us have done, but more of what they've been doing. You know, and where we treat people.
Right.
You know, where we treat ourselves. We don't even. A lot of us don't even invade or. You know, why do we gotta wait to the government to tell us how to clean up our restaurants, or whoever owns restaurants, or whoever owns any type of business? Why you gotta wait to the government to tell you how to clean up?
Right.
You should have been doing this. The one, you know, you have health inspectors that come in and inspect the restaurant. So why do you want to wait till somebody else tell you how to do that? It just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
You know? And all that dirty, disrespectful talking towards one another, it got to come to an end because people have a very, very low tolerance.
Yeah.
And this got nothing to do with coronavirus. This got something to do with years ago. About 5-6 years ago, when you start to see these females wind up being missing.
Yes.
You know, the attitude, you know, and I'm not bashing females, but a lot of these females' attitudes have disrespectful mouths, and a lot of these people not tolerating.
Right.
You know, whether it's men, whether it be police officers, whether it be lesbians, they're not going to tolerate a lot of females' mouths who are very disrespectful.
Right.
And I'm not trying to go into left field, and again, I'm not bashing females, but the men, you hear like, where the men at? You got females missing out here, where the men at?
Yeah.
That's a whole topic to talk about, but at the end of the day, right now, you know, people will have to come together
Yeah.
and get this up healthy and start helping out one another. And if you can buy land so you can grow your own stuff, try to do that, because their job is to harm people. Their job is to take people out, and that's what they was put here to
And
do.
whose job are you talking about is to do that?
That's the system, and what's been going on now.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, look at the doctors. We don't have any doctors out here. You understand what I'm saying? We have a few that understands what's going on, but you don't have the.
They're not trained to deal with it.
It's a personality thing. You know, it's the personality. You know, like when you put in your face, unless you cut real bad or something like that, you know, try not to. Well, I mean, I'm not going to encourage you to not do it, but who's going to listen to me anyway? But my thing is that try to get in tune with nature first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Try to get in tune, because as they say, Mother Earth. I mean, Mother. What you call it? Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Am I saying it correctly?
Yeah.
Is pissed off, and she's not happy right now. So a lot of things got to go, and that goes for all of our bad habits. Myself, yourself, whoever.
Right.
All of our bad habits got to come to an end, and this is a reset.
Yeah.
This
And
is a
they're
reset
telling
for
you
everybody.
now, everybody's telling you in your communities, get to know your neighbors, get to know the people in your community, because those could very well be the people that you may need and you may have to count on. People in your neighborhood and in your community, if you have something that someone else don't have, offer it up. Now, in where I live, they have these little houses, like look like bird houses, but you put books in them. People can get a book and take it and read, and they can put another book in, or they can bring that book back. But the people that have chose to put these little houses, book houses, in their yards, they took the books out and put food in. So people, you would not believe out here the outpour of people that has come and put food inside of these little things. It almost looked like a mailbox, but it's not a mailbox. It's big. It's about maybe, let me see, about this wide, about this tall, and it has two shelves in it. It's big enough where you can put like a full size encyclopedia standing up, and you can put a
Yeah.
whole set of encyclopedias in there. And but people have been filling it up with food. Somebody put a pack of baby pampers in there. Somebody put a pack of toilet paper in there. Somebody put a bottle of Clorox bleach in there. Someone put just anything you can think of that you think somebody would need that could help someone. And there was canned goods in there. I took a box of canned goods. I took a can opener. I took paper towels, and I put them in the box, and I put it in plastic over it, so if it was to rain, the box wouldn't get messed up. And you have to open up the plastic to look in the box to see what's there, because that little house was full of stuff. But people would take things, but they would add things to it, so you can tell that somebody has been there. Like powdered milk, if you like, say if you needed powdered milk, I had powdered milk, I put it in there. I don't know who you are and don't care where you are, where you're going, but if there's something in there that you need, you go in there and take it home for your family, because we didn't know, nobody knows how this is going to play out.
Yeah, exactly. And I wish I was in a position to do more, but I'm at a limited situation.
Right.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's not a bad idea. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
And I hope that will spread all over the world.
Yeah. Well, see, I live in a
Not just
small
only
town.
here.
It's a lot of farms out here, and in my yard, I have a big enough yard where I can plant things out here, and it will last me. I can plant things and I have a yard on the side of my house where me and my neighbor can take out that whole yard and plant everything that'll feed probably this whole town. But it's a small town, and it's a lot of farmland out here.
So your mom be asking, what area is that? Is that in Delaware or?
No, in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think that shit out there. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's
Well, I'm in the country, like I said, but it's hitting. It's 300 and something in the city. It's like 356 maybe cases in the city, with only 2 deaths so far. And knock on wood, I hope we don't have too much more. But I believe pretty soon they're going to stop travel for people coming in and out of states, going into other states. because it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better.
But I guess is that people have to understand what kind of worse is it before people so people can prepare. But I think people are taking too much toilet tissue. Um, People are taking too much rubbing alcohol and hand sanitizer. And my thing is that I can't control these people, but whoever's listening, at least share.
Yeah.
Because just as quick as you got it, you can easily lose it, And I know they was talking about it on TV. The government was making threats like, hey, they want to come into your house and take the stuff that you've been hoarding.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Like your mask and gowns and gloves and hand sanitizers and stuff, because the hospitals can use it.
Yeah, so it's a very toxic time, but it's unfortunate that we're starting to see who we really are as people.
Yeah.
And like this energy is very dark.
Yeah.
And this energy always been dark. And I know you said that you are a psychic because I called you before in the past.
Mm-hmm. No, I never said I was a psychic.
No, not psychic. I'm sorry about that.
I said I have gifts that God has given me. It's an intuition.
Yeah.
God has given me intuition and sight. But what I give is what He gives me.
Yes. And that's a blessing, and I would suggest everybody right now, and to do what you're doing, to give back. And I'm not saying a lot of people not doing it because I don't know.
Yeah.
But whoever's listening, the ones who not, at least have a heart, at least have a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
To about these people, instead of having a sense of urgency of being very selfish.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying give all your stuff away. That's it. But what I'm saying is that it's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
and see, another way that I give back is because a lot of people don't get to watch the TV, or they don't like watching TV because it's too traumatizing, it's too much stress for them. But when they hear it from someone that is just like them, then it's easier. So, that's why I try to do a lot of different things with it. I'll put in different kind of news on different kind of stuff. I'll talk about a variety of different things, because this is a stressful time. This is a very stressful time.
Yes. And it's people showing their true colors out here. A lot of people. Again, I know I put emphasis on that. This is the darkest that I've seen this energy.
Yeah.
Amongst the world right now. At the same time.
Yeah. I've even had people come at me, believe it or not, and I don't do anything. I'm new. My channel is new. This is my second week with my channel. Maybe this is my second week, third week, something like that. With my channel. And no, this is my third week with my channel. And I've been accused of all kinds of things, and I've been talked about, and which is I don't care because I'm not doing anything wrong, and I have nothing. My channel has, continued to grow, and all I ask is for respect on my channel because I have other people here, and that's all I ask for is respect, and be courteous to each and everybody. I don't even ask for donations. It's not required, but if someone gives me donations, I appreciate it because I put it right back into what I do here. I buy stuff to keep me going. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not like a lot of these bigger channels that get money and they live off of doing these things. I don't. I'm not monetized. I don't care if I get monetized or not. I'm just trying to give back to people of, from my heart. Like I said, people don't get a chance to get out and watch TV and do different things, and they don't want to look at the TV because you're seeing death, death, and more death, killings, shootings, murders, people dying from the coronavirus, and a lot of that is stressful. If you just come on and you talk to people and let people talk to you, I may be the only voice that they may have heard that day. Some people are locked in their house, can't get out.
Yeah.
Just to have a conversation with somebody, and if I be that person, then I'm more than happy to.
And I want to say congratulations. Also, I would suggest you to get it monetized, the channel. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Still have to live regardless.
Yeah.
So, nothing wrong with getting your channel monetized at all.
You have to get over so many thousands of people before you get monetized, and like I'm said, I'm not pushing that, even though I don't mind it. Like I said, I do tell people to like and share, because what you may not get, somebody else may. So like I said, I try to keep it open for everybody, a little bit of this and that for everybody. Now, I don't know if you've seen, you can go back, I had some car tips on here for guys. How to take your dents out your car, how to clean your car, how to do this and that. I give household tips of things that'll help you.
Yeah.
I just give tips on everything. Wherever I find a tip, I'll put it in here.
That's cool. So you do a versatile, so you are versatile.
Yeah. Yep, I try to keep mine. I don't want to just keep it on one thing.
Yeah, that's cool. I respect that. That's cool.
Yeah. I don't want to just limit myself to one thing when there's so much out there. But right now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So pretty much right now, I guess it's pretty much you having a counseling session pretty much until I guess what is that word for people who whatever they got going on to get it off their chest during these trying times.
Yep. So everybody has a chance. You see my numbers there in big letters. Anybody has big letters, big numbers. Anybody has a chance to call in. We listen. We don't judge. I try to keep my platform respectful, and where anybody can call in and offer a hint or a tip or whatever.
Yeah. I know you have a Cash App too, right?
Yes, I have a Cash App.
Yeah.
I have Cash App and PayPal.
Do my voice sound familiar? Oh, you probably don't recognize my voice.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was the guy you spoke to about the delivery job.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. I didn't know that this was a new channel, but I haven't forgotten. But my situation,
right.
So it's getting a little bit better. So I've got to stay on it. Like I said, I wanted to do a lot more, but I know I got to work internally with myself as well.
Now I have a question for you. Do you have any forklift experience?
Nope.
There's a lot of companies that will train you.
Yeah, I know. Goodwill will.
No, your bigger companies. Bigger companies. Cause I see,
Yeah,
I'm seeing if you go to one of them and tell them you want to learn, you want to help, you'll get a job driving a forklift.
yeah.
Because
But I think I want to do something else. You know, like I'm literally working right now as we speak.
okay,
I'm making deliveries
okay,
as we speak. So it's a little bit slow, but I just made that delivery about 10 seconds ago.
and you know what
On the
else you
phone.
can do? Go to the grocery stores. Go to your pharmacies. Ask them, do they have anything like a DoorDash where that people want to get groceries and they want groceries they can't get out. They want groceries delivered to them. They're hiring doing that and they're paying very good.
Oh, really? At the grocery store where they take deliveries now?
Huh?
You said that go to the grocery stores and ask them, do they need a driver?
Yep. Because people
okay.
need help. They don't want to get out. You know, a lot of the older people, they don't want to get out and go take that risk and go to the grocery stores. So they're calling grocery stores and asking them if they have people that will deliver stuff to them.
Okay.
They'll pay for it ahead of time and you set it up and you deliver it to them. You can even go and put something up at a senior's building. Tell them you will do this for them.
Yeah, because I've done that yesterday at a Walmart. I made a delivery, like, picked up two groceries with the DoorDash Uber Eats.
Yep.
So, that was, it's not bad. I think I could probably try to subcontract myself out
Yep.
to these places.
Because I see that picking up here. I see that picking up real soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where people are subcontracting themselves?
No, not really. People are scared. And these older people really don't want to get out. I see a lot of people scared.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, it's hello?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the people I think the older people will be okay. I think if they will take care of themselves. I have a grandmother. She's almost 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody made a comment. I forgot. I don't know if this is your channel or another channel. And they were saying something that a lot of these older people who are living this long, it's because who are in their hundreds or late 90s,
Mm-hmm.
is because they wasn't living that lifestyle of abusing their body that much.
Yeah. That's like
So,
me. I never
yeah.
did drugs. I never drink. I may have one drink once a year, and I haven't done that in a few years. I never went out and hung out in the clubs, partying, or none of that.
And that's a great thing. And but I guess a lot of us paid for that. I wasn't out there like that, but I've done security at these clubs and everything else in the past.
Yeah.
But the side effects. But I guess what I was trying to say is more like with the older people,
Uh-huh.
like the 5G now is like it's going to affect them, but it's kind of hard for me to what is that word? How can I say it? It's like the stuff back then where the food was like natural.
Yeah.
And it wasn't such a big old thing where everything is capitalized now.
Yeah.
It was more, they was having the nutrients in their body
Right.
all these years.
Yeah.
So as they get older, their body is deteriorating, but it's deteriorating, I guess, not as a rapid pace as for the average people. If I'm saying it right, and I apologize if I'm not articulating it correctly.
Well, I know a lot of people are going more towards the younger generation are going more towards the processed food. I would say the younger generation, like in their 30s, they want that fast processed food, whereas my generation and older are used to growing your own stuff and getting that natural, good food.
Yeah.
I think maybe.
But they say now, like the millennials now, like, and I've been around a lot of them. They don't really eat certain foods anyway.
Yeah.
So they can adapt to certain stuff and not get sick as quick as me or you or anybody else.
Right.
Because their body is immune to that. Does that have any truth to that? Or you're not sure?
Did it have what?
Does it have any truth to that?
About eating the natural food? Yeah. Because back then you ate more fruit, more fresh vegetables. Your parents pushed more of that than the sugars and the candies and the pops and, you know, the potato chips and going to the fast food restaurants. That was a treat. Maybe you would get once on, maybe on a Friday, or, maybe once every 2 weeks you may get something like that. Whereas now the younger generation are buying McDonald's as a whole meal for the kids.
Yeah.
The food ain't the same no more.
Sorry, you said the food is what again?
I said the food is not like it used to be.
Yeah, unfortunately, for like the last like 40 years or something like that, or less than that.
Yeah. Because I know my mom, we had a garden, and we grew a whole lot of our stuff. I used to go out in the yard. They don't say pick, it's shuck them peas. And go pick tomatoes and cucumbers and carrots and corn and, collard greens. Your stalk of collard greens is as tall as I am. Cabbage as tall as I am.
Wow, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we had squash, eggplants, potatoes, watermelon, pumpkins. We grew all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Only thing we didn't have was an apple tree. But when I lived in Florida, I had a ruby red grapefruit, a pink grapefruit, a lemon, a lime, a banana, and some other kind of tree. And where I worked at, I had a banana tree in my yard and a pink grapefruit, ruby red grapefruit in my yard. I would eat a grapefruit every day. And I would go out and make fresh squeezed lemon juice, lemonade, and for the people when we were in the clinic for the workers there.
So, what were you? Are you originally from Minnesota?
No.
Or?
No.
Okay. So you originally from? I would assume the South.
No, I'm from Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I lived in Florida. I was there for a few years.
So let me ask you this: like, what's going on in Chicago? I know Illinois is the state, but in the city of Chicago,
it is.
Why do you think that that stuff was happening under Barack Obama's watch? I mean, I have an assumption, never good to assume, but I have an assumption on it. On why?
Because Barack was all about the dollar. He didn't care nothing about the people. And people are saying that people were saying that he was with the Baphomet.
Because it was something that, a lot of people, a little bit of people got offended, but I was like, if you go watch his documentary, when he was at college, he was going to law school. A lot of people may not know this, but he was disrespected by black people
Right.
in Boston. You got it right. They were saying he talked too proper. You know, they told him get out of here, Whitey, and and I don't care who you are. You know, if somebody dogging you out like that, you're gonna be emotionally hurt, whether you're a man or female.
Yeah.
And I think that he was emotionally hurt when they dogged him out. And I think that he just held on to that to an extent. And it was like, you know what, bump that, you know, other racial people taking care of me, and I'm show my allegiance to them. And I think that his biggest test was becoming a senator of Illinois, and then I guess showing his allegiance by, you know, ending the transition over when he became president.
Right.
He starts being Martin.
Okay.
You know. So at the end of the day, if you want to know where slavery started, I guess he probably gave us a hint of how it started. You know,
Yeah.
or where it came from. I'm not saying, you know, because my thing is that people may say something went wrong. You know, we have control, we have power, and something went wrong. I just think that he gave us an example
Right.
of where it possibly could be wrong.
Well, you know,
He just showed it.
not only that, you know, Barack Obama is related to the Bushes.
Yeah, they say that he's a cousin.
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the presidents are pretty much related to each other down through lineage.
Are you saying all of us are related?
All of the presidents. It's just a
you're saying-
cycle.
So let me ask you this: so, do you see a female becoming the president in 2024?
I don't know, but I know there's a woman thinking about running. There's a woman thinking about running.
Oh, okay.
And I hope it's not Hillary Clinton, and I hope she doesn't get in there, because you know she's in with Bill Gates. And if you know anything about what Hillary Clinton has been doing, she is also with devil worship and all that stuff. Allegedly. I can't say I have not seen it, but other people said that they have seen something about they seen her drinking the blood of a child, a baby.
Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm outside. I have to back outside.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a job, unfortunately, to do harm. I know you ask me like who are the people, but it's the system that, you know, when you have people who are in these positions right now who control the resources. We don't control anything. And rest in peace to Dr. Laila Africa. I took one of his classes and he made a comment. He said, "You don't control the value."
Mhm.
You know, if you own a if you come in, I'm sorry about that. If you own any silver, any gold that you bought from another race of person or somebody else, the same person, same black person, white person, whoever, right?
Mhm.
What do you think is going to happen when times like this get bad and then you want to sell your gold and your silver?
They're gonna
The
take
first
it
thing
from
you're
you.
going to say,
They're gonna take it from you.
no, but if you're trying to sell it back, if you're trying to sell it the same place,
Well, no, it's gonna be cheap. They're not gonna give it to you for what you paid.
Even if the price go back up, they still even if the price go back up, they still not going to do that because they don't because you don't have to because they don't have to do that because there's no regulation over gold and silver, and that's one of the reasons why Bill Gates had gave back the gold and silver because there was no regulations on it. So if I decide to go back to the coin shop tomorrow and feel like, well, I have three silver coins, they both worth $50 a piece, and the guy could be like, I'm not giving you nothing. You brought it up to me, but I don't have to give you anything.
Yeah.
You know. So that's the reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these people they don't have to give me anything, and because we don't control the value. If you want to sell something and you said, well, this costs like $50. They don't have to give you $50.
No, nobody has to do anything. They can give you what they want to give you, because once you buy something, it depreciates in value, and to them it's like used goods. What they like, say I had a shop, you come to me and buy something from me, I have it up for sale at $100. You bring it back to me, I'm not going to buy it back from you for $100. I'm going to buy it to you for pennies on the dollar, which is maybe like $40, $50. And then when you come back to me, and I'm going to bump that price up even more because I know this is something that's in demand. So what I once sold at $100, somebody is buying it. I'm going to take it and put it back up for sale for $150. So here it is. I've gotten my original sale for it for $100. Then you brought it back to me, and I only give you half of what you gave me. Then you want to come and buy it back. So now I'm making 3 times the amount of what it's actually really worth. So I done made what you spent plus what I paid for it. You know what I'm saying? When it's really not even that. It may only be worth $20.
And that's how society works. But I'm just hopefully I'll survive these times and I'll be able to see what's what. But I also would say that, and I think you may agree with me on this, that what you're doing right now, I think a lot of people might be doing the same thing, getting on the internet. Making money off the internet. I think that would be another way to have income coming in. So nobody would not contract the homeless virus. And again, I'm not saying it to be funny or to be mean. But I wanted to say, I stumbled onto your site, and that was what's her name? The lady you had on
Alexis.
Yeah, her. Yes. So I was listening, and then I ran across, and I had to subscribe to both of y'all.
Okay.
And then I started looking more and more, and started to have an understanding on, how deep stuff is out here. I know I changed up the subject real fast, and I apologize about that.
No problem.
I apologize about that. But I know I have to finish working now. I will let other people talk if possible, but I'm still going to be listening while I'm driving.
Okay. I appreciate your call and you calling in. And thank you for watching me, supporting. I said I thank you for watching and supporting me by watching.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yes, and hopefully I'll make it back, and then I'll definitely get you with the cash that either today or tomorrow. But it just been kind of a crazy day today for me, but I'll definitely do that.
Okay, I appreciate it.
No problem at all.
And you have a blessed day and be safe. And make sure, I know it's hard to get, some supplies, but if you can get you some alcohol, get 90% alcohol, mix it with a little glycerin and some aloe vera. You can get your aloe vera leaf at Walmart. Make up your own hand sanitizer, to use in between touching that money. Or if you got you some Clorox wipes, keep that on hand.
Yeah, I got some white already, but
Okay.
with the company I work with, Uber Eats and DoorDash to buy like different times, but we don't touch the cash, which is good.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just use my hand sanitizer for what I got right now.
Right. Okay.
And then, but also I wanted to get a weed in later on, so also I told you I was gonna do that,
Okay.
and it just been kind of crazy for me.
Okay.
But yeah, let me get back to work so I can stay focused on this. And it's been great talking to you, and I will be taking care of that shortly.
Okay. All right. Thank you and
All
have
right.
a nice day.
You too, take
All
care.
right. Bye bye.
All right.
Okay, you guys, that was Ben. All right. Anybody else want to call in? Lisa, you said you wanted to call in. Where are you? Junior One, call in. Chocolate Dream, call in. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna put this up here. Um, we are now into the 27th of March. We have 4 days until the 31st, the 1 year mark for the memory of Nipsey Hussle. And with this, I am playing in memory of Nipsey. Just let you guys watch it. That's not the one I want you to see. Here he goes. Okay, you guys. I know I just went and looked at something someone told me to look at. There is a lady, Pam's Corner, and I'm not going to speak. This is the only time and the last time I'm going to speak on it on my channel. I don't care what she says or what she does. She can call me whatever she wants to and say whatever she wants to. I'm not trying to compare with her or Brene Reed's. I don't know Brene Reed's. I've never spoken on Brene Reed's. And this lady, Paula, has continuously said things about me, harassed me, and she goes on to another group that I go to, and she stalks and harasses people over there. She calls you bitches and whores and I mean just all kinds of things. And I'm still waiting for you, Paula, to show me where I have asked you for money. I've never even talked to you. I've never asked you for a damn dime. So you can leave my name out of your mouth as well as my channel because you're irrelevant to me. Whatever you talk about over there on your channel, I don't give a damn. Just leave me alone. And that's all I have to say to you about you on my channel because you're not worth my time, me spending that energy on my channel. So that's it. Okay, you guys. I'm sorry about that, but I have no time for that woman with the mess and the problems that she likes to cause to other people. Um, this is my shout out to Spook TV, The Truth, my mentor who I am up under, TMN, Tanique Reviews. This is a shout out to him. Without Tanique, I wouldn't have started my channel. So I want to say thank you. For those of you that know me or have seen me before, I started on Lil Kev, LKMT, wait, okay, LKTM, Lil Kev, The Truth Movement, LKTM 1 and 2. But I am with Tanique Reviews Network. So TMN, Tanique Medium Network. So you guys check out his page. Check out Spook's page. Check out The Truth. Now there's a guy named The Entrepreneur Box. He has helped me get my channel up and running. Showed me how to do everything with my channel. If you guys need help with anything with your computer, he is the one guy. Look him up on YouTube. He can help you out. He's a great guy. He can very knowledgeable about anything with your computer. He is, like I said, he's top notch, very professional, and I love him to death. And I thank you, Michael, for you helping me with my page. Tanique, I already know where me and you go with this. Thank you. Love you to life. All of you guys, thank you for watching. And I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. The guy's name is the Entrepreneur Box. I will type it out on the page for you. Okay. His name is Michael. He's a great guy. He's #1 with computers. Go to him with all of your information that you want to know. You can look him up on YouTube. He's there. He wears glasses. He's a white guy, wears glasses. You'll see him. He'll probably have microphones or something up. Let me see if I can pull up his page and show you what he looks like. Um, so when you guys go to look for him, you will know what he is. He has a lot of different videos on a lot of different things. So, um, if you look for him, well, this is the guy, you guys. Go to that page, Entrepreneur Box, and look for him. And he has a lot of great stuff on his page. But when you go to him, well, these are some of his pages that you will see. Just look for any of those on there. It's a great guy, you guys. He has a lot of good content on there. He's very knowledgeable about everything he does. Hi, Trish. So, you guys, with that, I'm going to end my live now. I thank you guys for stopping in and spending time with me. I appreciate it so much. I love you guys. Be safe. Don't forget to wear your gloves, wear your mask, put on glasses, put cotton in your ears, because this is a bug that can get your ears, your nose, and your throat are all connected. So it can get in your ears. So you want to make sure you do put on your protective stuff to keep yourself safe. Use your hand sanitizer. When you come in from outside, wash your hands. Take your shoes off. Spray your shoes down. You guys, I want to see you tomorrow. I want to see you a year from now. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching and have a great night.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.